Hey everybody, welcome to another Whoa, where you going, bro? She's like, time to get a toy. Dad's gonna start a video, I'm gonna chomp on a toy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Hope you're doing well today. Are you one of those dog owners that just has a water bowl lying around somewhere for your Huskaroni pizzas or your dog at home? If you are, I understand how that feels because I did the same thing for a really long time. You're probably looking at this bowl right now like, bruh, you're still doing it, dude. What are you even talking about? No, I got this out for an example, dude. Just listen and hear me out. Most dog owners get themselves just a regular metal, glass, or plastic bowl to set out for their dogs when it comes to giving them water. Now that makes sense because everybody's on a budget. Sometimes you can afford some things, sometimes you can't afford others. And when it comes to water, all you gotta do is put it in a bowl and just like set it on the floor, right? Wrong-o. When it comes to giving your dogs the best health and the best life, it's really important to make sure you're providing them with super clean, filtered water with no pathogens, no germs, no hair. I mean, dude, would you feed your dog a bowl of food that had a bunch of germs and hair in it? I don't think so. That's why when it comes to owning Siberian Huskies or just dogs in general, you gotta level up your water game. You gotta make sure you're giving them the right stuff because if you don't, it's easy for your dog to get urinary tract infections or get sick from drinking some weird junk. So today I'm gonna show you guys exactly what we use to feed the Huskies their water. Now down here we have just like this regular glass bowl, which if you're gonna use a bowl at all, I really recommend it be glass so it doesn't rust and so plastics don't get into the water. But dude, this bowl's kind of expensive. I'm pretty sure it's like an antique bowl. No, I'm kidding, it's not an antique, but it just doesn't do the job. That's why when it comes to water, we use the Oil Clear AI Series wireless weight sensing pet fountain by Pet Snowy. Now dude, this thing is magical because it does so many different things. Apart from being completely affordable, it has a wireless pump so you don't have to keep it plugged in. It has sensor activated smart water dispensing, which means whenever the water's getting low, it refills it for you. How many times do you have to go pick up this bowl, go to the sink, fill it up, because dogs drink about 38,322 million gallons of water per day. Not only does it keep the water human grade filtered, but it also keeps the temperature at a cool level. So the water in here is never getting too hot or never too cold. You might live in the Arctic, or maybe you live in like the hottest place on earth. Maybe you live in Egypt or something. The water is going to stay cool for your dogs year round when you use this water fountain. Now let me bust it open and show you what's inside. Now if you're familiar with the channel, you know that we've been sponsored by Pet Snowy a number of times, and I really recommend their products. They're awesome, they're great for Huskies, really great for cats for that matter. And by the way, if you do have a cat, you know that they prefer running water, so a bowl like this on the floor just is not gonna cut it. Your cat's gonna be mad. They're gonna want something that's flowing regularly so it's fresh and tasty. Here's what the entire water fountain looks like when you bring it out of the box. It comes with a little filter right there, and then everything else is contained in this reservoir right here. It lets you know the max and minimum amount of water that you can put inside of it. It slowly trickles out of this little fountain right here, right back into this little tube right here to get refiltered so that you're constantly getting the best water you can get for your Doggeroni pizzas. And I'm gonna show you all sorts of cool things about this water fountain today, but one of my favorite things is that it gives me human grade filter water for my dogs. It keeps the water nice and cool, and I don't have to constantly refill my dog's water bowl, which makes me the happiest dude on YouTube. Now look at the amount of filters this bad boy has. Right in here, this little one right here filters all of the water that's coming up to the fountain. And right here, you can see this little part right here. It filters all of the water going back into the fountain. So every time the water cycles through this, it is filtering the water. Probably better than the water you're drinking yourself. Now right down here in the front, it has a heating switch, heating indicator light, a water mode toggle button, a function indicator ring, filter reset button, and a filter life indicator light so that you know when to switch or clean out the filter for the water fountain. On the back here, you can plug it in to charge the battery. And right under here on the bottom, you have the on and off switch and the network configuration button. I'm telling you, when it comes to water fountain, fountains for dogs, this Pet Snowy wireless oil clear AI weight sensing water fountain is what you want to get to provide your pepperoni pizzas with the best water you can. No more hair in your water. I know how Huskies shed, and they're constantly sipping on hairy liquid. Don't do that anymore. This thing's got a top, and it filters all that hair out of it. And if you got a cat at home, they're gonna be so happy to be drinking this running water, they're not ever going to try and ask you to sip out of the sink ever again. What's cool about this water fountain is it has a rechargeable design, which gives you an ultra long battery life, more than the average standard on the market. My dogs just love this thing, especially when it's pumping fresh water out. Now, the cool secret to this water fountain is held deep inside. Right there, that little square in there is the wireless water pump, which makes this thing completely wireless, which makes me feel better because this isn't hooked up to your house. No. This is completely wireless. You do have to charge it, but what's cool is that you can put it anywhere when it's wireless. I mean, there's a lot of places in this kitchen that don't have outlets. I mean, I'd love to have it anywhere in here. And with this, I am able to do that. Maybe you want to bring it with you. Maybe you want to travel a little bit and take some really healthy filtered water with you. This is a great way to do that. Pet Snowy is always making amazing products that are wireless that you can take with you anywhere you go, and this water fountain is no exception. Bring it with you on a trek or a hike or maybe a trip you're gonna take. That way, your Husky always has the things that they need. I don't know if you guys see them, but we regularly get deer out here. What do you think of those deer, Mama? What do you think of those deer, Mama? You gonna get them? You gonna get them? Yeah. Wow. But yeah, we have some we have some singing Huskies and some deer outside, which is really, really fun. Sometimes we even get like, can I tell the story? Can I please? I know you're really interested in the deer. That's cool. But I want to tell everybody. Wow. Sometimes we get like packs of 14 deer out here, which is wild. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's get back to the water fountain. Now, of course, if you want, you can plug the water fountain up and use it just like that. But like I said, this baby is wireless. Now, as you can see, I have this completely filled with water. It's not up to the max line yet, but I got it pretty close. And we're gonna go ahead and place it on the floor and let the Huskies do their thing. I'm gonna show you exactly how they enjoy it, what they love about it, and what's awesome about this Pet Snowy water fountain. What's that, dude? Is that some fresh filtered water? Heck yeah, it is. Good girl. Gila prefers running water way more than she prefers just water sitting in a bowl collecting garbage, germs, hair. You could say she's the cat of the dog world. So you can see, comes right through this little spout right here, and Britney Spears gets to enjoy. Good boy. Good boy. He's like, that's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Gila's like, this water's way better, bro. You like that? You like that? Forget all about the deer now, didn't you? This water fountain is constantly pushing out fresh water for my Huskies to drink. Now you can see, it actually stopped flowing because it knows there's fresh water in here, and it'll keep it in here. And once it's low, it's gonna refill it back up again. Now down here, you can see the green light is on, which means it's cycling the water. Now if we go ahead and we press the button to the left, we're gonna get our water to be heated or cooled, depending on the temperature of the water inside of the reservoir. Now to prove that this thing cools the water, warms it, or keeps it at an even temperature, I'm gonna throw in a couple ice cubes in this thing, and you're gonna see how they melt and stay consistent with the temperature of the water. You can see Gila and Britney Spears are like, did you just put ice cubes in there, bro? Did you just put ice cubes in there? This is how we show that the water keeps a cool temperature and never gets too cold and never gets too warm. These ice cubes will melt very quickly because this system is constantly making sure that the water is at an appropriate temperature. Look at both of them like, what is this contraption? How long can two Huskies stare at a water fountain? The YouTube video. See, now the water is filtered. Look at those ice cubes melting so fast. If you can still see them, they're right there, and they're just dissolving so quickly because the water is being warmed by the internal temperature regulator. They're basically gone now, so this water will never freeze if you live in super cold temperatures, and it's never gonna get too warm. Gila, you gonna have a drink, or you just gonna stand there and look? What are you gonna do? You gonna stare at the camera? So now instead of having a bowl here, we have this awesome automatic wireless pet water fountain that gives my dogs purified water all day long, wherever I go, and I don't have to constantly refill it. It is the coolest thing on planet Earth. And if you haven't gotten one of these, you need to step up your pet game and get yourself a Snowy wireless weight sensing water fountain. What's really cool is under this filter here on the pump is a blue UV light, and it actually serves a purpose. It's killing off a ton of germs and pathogens that are getting into the water. Now, if you can believe it, this thing has been going for over 24 hours, so I haven't had to charge this water fountain for over a day. The battery life on this thing is insane and exceeds most products on the market. He was like, excuse me, did you say good battery life? Because I'm loving it. This thing has a gravity sensor which distributes the water perfectly, knowing exactly when to refill the water when your dog is drinking, and it also knows when you're empty, so it lets you know. Let's take into consideration that when water stands still, it builds up biofoam, which is like spit, saliva, all sorts of other gross things. And by having a fountain that constantly filters the water, you reduce that biofilm by almost 100%, which means you're not gonna have to be cleaning this thing very much. And your husky or your cat or whatever kind of animal you got is gonna be drinking healthier water. Now let's go ahead and put in a drop of dye to see how quickly this water fountain Are you trying to press the buttons, bro? Are you trying to press the buttons? Let's see how fast this fountain filtrates the water and cleans it. Okay, so we're gonna take some of this red coloring. Yeah, it's red coloring. And we're gonna put it in this water fountain and see how fast it clears up the water. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Whoa. All right, let's check out how fast it takes to filter out this red water. Got it twirling around a little bit. Look at that. Pushing out some more clear water. Look at that clear water come through. That is awesome. That's what's up. Look how fast it's just clearing up the water right here. You see like that little pool of it in the center, but for the most part, it is just clearing up all of that red food dye, which is an indication as to how well this water fountain filters stuff. He was like, excuse me, why is my water a little slight hint of red? Here we go, it's continuing to filter. It looks like it's getting even better. Look at the difference and look how fast it went from like a blood red color to automatically almost completely clear again. And it's only been a couple of seconds. What do you think of that, girl? Isn't that crazy? It's still going, it's still filtering. Getting all of that red color out of there and returning the water back to a pure, clear, drinkable state. He was like, how's it do that? The Pet Snowy wireless weight sensing water fountain is the best way to provide your pets with clean, biofilm-free water that regulates temperature, senses when it's empty of water, and constantly filtrates all of the things out of your pet's daily water intake. This right here is how you step up your game in keeping your pet as healthy as possible. We have been sponsored by Pet Snowy for months now, and they're always providing us with the best products and pet technology that helps us not only clean the air, clean our car and our home, but also keep our pets healthy. You absolutely have to pick up one of these, and we'll have it down in the description below so that you can check out one of these water fountains and get one for yourself. If you've got a Huskaroni pizza at home that has frequent bladder issues, or you have a cat at home that does not like to drink out of a bowl, this is your solution. And like I said, you can take it anywhere. What do you think? You think it's pretty cool? I know you like it, dude. I know you do. If you guys had fun today, be sure to smash that like button and don't forget to check out the description below and check out the Snowy wireless weight sensing water fountain. It is just the best thing that we have these days when it comes to giving our Huskies water. Water quality is just as important as the food quality. I know all of you out there are very, very picky about the kind of food you give your Huskies. Well, you should also be picky about their water. And this is the best way to be healthy. If you guys had fun today, be sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Be sure to leave a comment for the Huskaroni pizzas because they love to hear from you. I'm so happy I got to share this product and these tips with you because water is important, not only to humans, but to pepperoni pizzas too. Until next time, we'll see you with another episode of guess what? Yeah, you guessed it, whatever we make. Peace. Scooby-Doo-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.